Hey guys, Steve here for Who Took My Dice Miniature Wargaming. This one's going to be a bit different. I actually want to talk to you about a problem I see happening, and what I think sort of one of the issues with the hobby that we have going on now. So it started, and first off, it's going to be a bit more of a toned down one because there's something that really bothered me, and I'll explain why. So I was going through the videos of one of my subscribers, and I came upon a video that this person had done way back at the beginning of the year. And basically the whole video was about how this individual was no longer be making videos on their channel. They basically gotten to the point where they felt that they couldn't make any more videos because they had nothing to paint. Because of financial issues, they couldn't get models anymore. It was a bit hard to watch, actually. It wasn't very long, but it was definitely, it bothered me. And I think that this is something, sort of a problem that we've come across now, and we're going to come across more, where people just, gamers, hobbyists, whatever you want to call them, feel that they have to be buying stuff in order to be building their hobby or building content for their pages. If you see my page, yeah, you know, I've picked up stuff, obviously. I got really lucky. I was able to pick up a bunch of awesome stuff when I worked at Games Workshop. I personally have a ton of stuff in a queue to paint. The video yesterday showed you a bunch of stuff that I would paint up. And there's more beyond that. I got lucky. But I understand how this individual felt, because there's been times where I've had to put aside my hobby when it came time to paying for other things, or the money wasn't there. I mean, I've been laid off before. I've been out of work. It happens, right? It's part of realities of life. That aside, that's something outside. That's not the main issue there. The main issue is that it feels like now this whole industry, the hobby, whatever you want to call it, I mean, it's always been something you had to buy for the most part, right? And there's always been, you know, and it's always been a rather expensive hobby. And I know people, they ride Games Workshop for their high prices, but all the other ones are expensive as well. I mean, you're paying, you know, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 bucks for plastic or resin miniatures. That's a lot of money to put out for plastic, right? And we enjoy it. We love it. And I get that. That's not what I'm trying to say here. For me, it's the fact that at some point we lost the ability to do stuff for ourselves in this hobby. I love building my own terrain. There is nothing wrong with the terrain out there, and it's great, all of it. Whether it's foreground or Citadel Miniatures, Games Workshop, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who's doing it. It's all really good stuff. It's great. But at some point, people seem to forget that we can do it ourselves. And I look at the websites, you know, all the different forums, websites, and there's a little bit, just a tiny bit of stuff, you know, build your own table cheap, build your display board cheap. But for the most part, there's no terrain stuff there whatsoever anymore. It's gone. It's just vanished. There's some that have certain areas where you can put pictures of your own terrain, and there are people out there building their own. But I think the prevalent view is, if you want awesome terrain, you have to buy it now. I mean, I've lamented this in other videos when I've talked about the Old White Dwarf, where they actually had articles on how to build your own terrain, whether it be something from the good old days of fantasy, building like an ogre tent, to building yourself an imperial like dugout for your guard, what have you. Those are really cool times. Now, obviously, companies want to make money, and that's fine. That's cool. I have no problem with that. But it really bothered me that this person felt that, okay, I can't make any more videos because I don't have the funds right now in order to buy more models or what have you to paint for you. And that bothered me. It's like, okay, it still bothers me. It gets me a little upset, because there was a time where people said, you know what, I'm going to build my own stuff. That's all we had. I remember back in the day when, you know, terrain was not something that was easily available. Games Workshop sold some, but it was like the Gothic ruins. That was it. You had the Gothic ruins. You had a few other specialty items that came out once in a while, but for the most part, you built your own terrain, and I love doing that. So the message, the one I'm trying to get across is that your hobby doesn't have to be defined by what all these other companies say to you. And I felt this way before I worked at Games Workshop. I felt this way while I worked there. It's your hobby. I remember saying to people like, oh, I want to paint my miniature, but I don't know what to paint it. Paint it whatever you want. Paint it pink with purple polka dots. I don't care. It's your hobby. So if you ever feel like you're being walled in by this hobby, going, well, I have nothing to paint. I can't make any content for my YouTube viewers. I have nothing to paint. Stretch your imagination. Think outside the box. Literally, think outside the boxes that they have in their stores. Build your own stuff. Come up with your own crazy models if you want to. Throw stuff together. That's what my Bits Wrangler is all about. Now, yeah, it's been pretty direct, but in the Games Workshop venue right now, that's the bits I have. But come up with something else. One of the crazy cool things they used to do back in the day is with the chapter approved, they would throw stuff out there. They had features on monsters. Build your own bloody monster. Right? Use those rules. Find them. Dig them up if you can. They're still on the internet. I found them myself. But don't ever feel like you have to stop doing what you love because you can't afford to do it. One of the things that I'm going to do, I'm going to add this in. I'm going to be doing some videos next little while about how to do this stuff in an inexpensive way. How to get awesome stuff, whether it's terrain. Obviously, finding models, that's up to everybody. Some people find stuff on eBay. Some people get sent models, which is cool. I've had that feeling to do that for people before. I wanted to send them models. Unfortunately, at the time, I didn't have the funds, and it's just one of those things. I think that's great, though. I've seen some of my other subscribers. They've got sent stuff. That's fantastic. That's a great way to build it. Someone can't afford, someone send them some stuff. Why not? Do it. Help each other out. That's what a community's for, right? But I'm going to be doing some videos on how to build your own terrain. And I'm not going to say cheap because cheap has a negative connotation that's going to look like crap. In an inexpensive way. Some tips and tricks to build your terrain in an inexpensive way because it does get expensive, and that's fine. There's always going to be a price attached to this hobby. You get into it knowing, I'm going to spend $60 on a squad of 10 plastic guys. I'm going to spend 100 and some odd bucks on terrain, and that's fine. That's how we keep it going, right? If all of a sudden we stop buying, the games that go bye-bye. They disappear. It's just the way the world works. But no, I honestly, there's the phone. Whenever I'm making a video, honestly, the fun part of it is the building, the painting, the playing. Let's not lose sight of that. I really don't want to see another video where someone says I have to give up because I have nothing to paint. Think outside the box. Guys, help people out. That's the thing. We're a community. Always help people out. I don't know. I'm kind of all over the place. This really bothered me. I saw it last night. It bothered me all night. It bothered me all today. It's Friday. It's around 3 o'clock where I live. It bothered me. But the point is, don't stop just because you don't have what they want you to have. And by they, I mean the companies. Go build your own terrain. Now, maybe this individual didn't want to do that. Maybe he didn't want to build his own terrain. Maybe his channel is all about just painting miniatures and he couldn't afford any, which sucks. But at the same time, don't ever shut down because of that. Find other stuff to do. Branch out. Expand, right? I don't mean just do stuff just to get views and likes and all. Do it because you want to do it. Do it because it expands your hobby, makes it more interesting for you. I'm gonna leave it there. I hope I made my point. I'm a little still bothers me. But yeah, just keep having fun. It really made me sad when I saw this. Much love to that individual. I hope that problem resolved itself properly, and I hope that in the future you don't have to go through that again. It sucks. But yeah, just keep on doing what you're doing, guys. Have fun, help each other out, make the community stronger. Until next time, guys, keep rolling dice, and I will definitely see you in the next video. Bye.